Hi Internet viewers, Frank Rauscher again. We are marching on. I'm adding more feathers to the sandpiper, and we did this grouping right in here the last time, and we brought the breast feathers in on this, and we did that on both sides. At least I hope you got that. And what we're going to do is fill this in now and get our setup for all of the rest of the feathers. So I want to try to get you to develop, as we have on the sheet here, a lot of these feathers in here down below on the wing and the rest of them, but not the tail yet. We're just going to do the wings, and I'm going to try to get that mapped out for you. So hopefully we get there. What I'm also just want to mention for those that are following me on this, I try to stay to the pattern as much as I can so that you have something to follow, and that's normal routine. You can deviate a little bit, like I said in like 2 videos back. You got to make sure that you're symmetrical about both sides as far as the head goes, and then the wings. There is a slight difference because one's going to be laying over the other one. Okay, so I'll show you how to address that too. So the other thing I want to say is I thank those who have said some nice comments to me and everything else. I hope you're getting something out of these videos, and if you are, I'm going to ask you to give me a thumbs up on this after we get done and see what you think. And then also, if you also have a friend or somebody like that that may be wanting to try it, if you can pass my channel information on, that would be great, and it would really be helpful. I do have several videos out there on different birds. I did like the owl, the otters, the finch, the goldfinch, the wrens. So I got a variety, and I'm trying to keep on doing that, and I'll do it as much as I think I can, and we'll continue on that so that you have something to follow step by step, and right on in through the painting and the mounting. So hope you're enjoying all this. And I also have a catalog available. If you're looking for one, you can get a hold of that by writing to me. My email address is Rauscher, Rauscher, Frank, Frank, 7 @gmail.com, and I will send you out a catalog, and you can peruse through that. I have kits for like the sandpiper or any of the other video series that I have out there. So and if there's other birds I have a whole slew of them within the catalog, so you can see that, and patterns and what have you. And if you have a special pattern you need to be cut out or something like that, if you get the pattern to me, I can cut that out for you and see if we can't make a kit out of it for you too. So we'll try to do that as much as we can. But we're going to proceed on this time and start marking some of the feathering out, and I'm going to try to give you the idea of how I go about doing that, and the step-by-step as best I can. Okay, so bear with me. I'm going to reverse the camera down so that you can see directly down, and you'll see exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so hope you're enjoying things, and like I said, always looking for support. If you have friends or thumbs up or something like that, or even comments, any comments that I may have crossed you up on, and you know, and it wasn't clear, and maybe the video still doesn't do it for you, hey, write to me. I'll try to answer whatever questions you have, okay, and support you where I can. So hang on, I'm going to move you down. Okay, here we go again. I sort of ghosted some of the feathers in, but I'm going to put them in heavy so that you can see it. I'm going to do it on this side. It's like what you have right here is this profile. And then I'll show you how to put them in on the other side too. We have a lot of what I call pointed feathers in here, okay? So this is in the grouping right in here. If I remember correctly, technically I think they're called scapulars, but I'll have to check that. Don't hold me to that. But I'm going to try to show you how I get these in here. Now, we had this grouping that we put in on the last video, and we marked them out. We also had these put in. These are the breast feathers laying over the wing feathers. Now we're going to put the wing feathers in. Okay, so I'm going to start out like this. I'm going to ask you to probably space this out, and I'm just taking a wild measurement of about 3/8 from here to here. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a pointed feather like this, and it's going to be pointing in that direction, which is the beak. So what I'm trying to do is aim for the tip of the beak where this feather is sort of aiming, but it's this here coming up. It's not a quill per se, but it's the direction where these two are splitting it, and this is your feather here. This is sort of would be pointing to that, and I'll show you what I do here. Here's what we do. I'm going to come here, and I'm going to flare out like this, and then I'm going to flare this way, okay? And if I aim between those 2 points here and here, with that point back there, it's like pointing towards the beak, and that's the only way I could really describe it. And I'm going to try to piggyback each one coming down here, doing the same thing. So I'm going to put another one in about 3/4 down from here to here, and spin this around, and that's sort of aiming that same way at the tip of the beak. And then I'm going to do it again, and if you notice, I'm coming off of the one we just drew, and then down here I'll pivot out and swing that down right here. Okay, so that's the first row. Now what we're starting to do is we're going to fill this in somewhat, but there's a limit to how far we want to go, and I'm going to try to guide you there. Now on the next one down, I have it, looks like I ghosted it in here, but to give you a distance from where you start from this feather in front here, this one here, to here, it is about 3/8 of an inch. So 3/8 of an inch down from where this portion meets this one right here. 3/8 down is where I start this one, and it's mimicking basically this one, pointing up towards the beak. Okay, so there is a direction to these. Then I do another one, piggybacking off of that, and swing that around, and that's this next one. Then I'll do one more. We're sort of mimicking the rows that we have in front here. Then bring that down and swing that around. Then I'm going to come with one more here and swing around here like this. Okay, so now I got 2 of these rows. Most of these feathers are sort of pointing to the tip of the beak, if I could get that right. I hope you in the range of the camera here so you can see that. Now, the next one, it's about the same again, 3/8 down. We come in here. It's 3/8 from here to here, okay, along that ridge line that we had built in. Then I'm going to peel that one back. Then I come off of this one, and I swing this one back. Then I have one more. And then I'll do one more. But I'm not going all the way down to the bottom. I'm going to pull this one right in here like this. It's going to be about maybe 1/8 of an inch from the end of the wing here. Okay. Now, just to give you a distance from where the breast feathers ended and how long these are, just to give you some idea, it's about 1.25 inches from here to here. And I can't say they all measure that, but that's pretty close. Okay, so if you made them too big and too long, that's about what you're trying to get. From here to about here is 1.25 inches. So you're sort of arcing that a little bit. So just to keep in the ballpark here. Now, I'm going to come in with another feather, 3/8 down again, which lands right about here. I'm going to spin this one, similar to this. It's duplicating that, and then I'm going to peel back up like this, okay? Then I'm going to do one more right here, come down, and then peel back in like this. And I'm only doing 2 right here, okay? So we've got almost 3 rows here. These have 4, 4, 4, but they get a little shorter. You're not going all the way to the bottom like you are with these, to the edge of the wing. And then on the 3rd row, you got 4 coming down, a little short. And then the last row, it's only 2 up here, okay? Now, I'm going to have you measure from the tail up to this point, and that's where we're going to establish feathers coming down here. Now, here's the way I have it laid out on the pattern here. The feathers on this side are laying over the feathers on this side, so these are crisscrossing, but these the feathers on this side are actually giving you an illusion of going under these on this side. So these are on top, these are on the bottom. So just keep that in mind. Now, I'm going to give you a dimension to where we start this grouping coming down, which is our primaries. And I'm going to try to get you a measurement here from the tip of the tail up. Let's see if I do this right. I have 2 3/4 of an inch. So from here up, let me measure that again just to make sure. 2 3/4. Right on. So from here up, I put a dot, okay, right there. Now, I'm going to, let me turn my sheet around so maybe you can see some of this. I'm going to draw this feather in. See if I get this right. Yeah. Yeah, it's this feather here. I'm doing this one. And then I'm going to have them all come down. So I start right from here, which is at 2 3/4 up. And I'm going to come over and about, let's check to see what the width of that one may be. Okay. Looks like this is like 7/16. So from here, I'm going to do this. The center line, this is important now. The center line is coming right down through here. Okay, we got to have that in there because everything's about the center line. Everything gets measured. We're going to come off of that dot and go slightly over the center line to this side, and I'm coming down. And if you're looking for a length from here to here, just to keep yourself on target, it is going to be about 9/16 long. So if I measure from this dot down to here on a straight line basis, paralleling the center line, it's about 9/16. So just to keep yourself size-wise. So once I'm here, I come over the center line slightly, and then I pull this back. And then I come in, and I'm making my pointed feather again, but I'm just going to hammer it right into this grouping here. So it just comes up, and it doesn't come all the way up to what would be, it's almost that on the other side here, but it's close. Now, let me just get some quick measurements here so we can keep you in the ballpark here. Looks like I got 5/16. Let's see what we have here. 5/16. 5/16. Yeah, looks like 5/16. So here we go. From here, at that point down, I would measure 5/16 if that's what you want to do. You know, I'm trying to, a lot of times I do this freehand, but this is measurement wise. From here to this point is 5/16. So from there to there. So I come over here now, and here's my center line. I'm starting to drift slightly over the center line, and then I bring it back to what would be the distance from here to here is 5/16. So we're doing pointed feathers all the way down here, okay? Now, we have about 1/4 of an inch between this line and this line, so we're spinning this back like this. I'm not drawing all this yet. I'm just going to build this side of this grouping that's coming down. We'll come back and finish this, and then we'll come around and do what I did on this side over here. So bear with me here. So now we got these two in. I'm going to come down 5/16, put a dot there, come piggybacking. Here's my center line. I'm a little over the center line, and then I pull back over it again. So, and then on this one, I'm about 3/16 between here and here, and I spin that down like that, okay? So, hope I'm still in the camera range. Then I'm going to do it again, 5/16, going over the center line slightly, and then I'm about 1/8 of an inch on this one from here to here, and I slide that down, keeping like they are all similar arcs coming back down to this one, okay, like that. Then I do it again, and this time I'm over the center line, and I bring it back over this way again, and then a little bit more than 1/8 of an inch from here to here now, and I swing this in like this, okay? So these are all like trying to inch their way over the center line this way, and that's what's happening here. Then I come to this one, and let's see if I still have 5/16 in there still. Yeah, it's just a little less than 5/16 for these last two in here. So I'm going to come out of here, spin around over the center line. I'm on this side. I start this side, end up on that side. Then I have about 3/16 between here and here, and I slide this on an arc to here. And then I have one more that comes over the center line and brings it back to the middle of the center line. And this is 3/16. And I draw this one in, okay? And these are all mimicking each other. They almost look like shingles, you know, where the one after another here. So that's what I'm doing here. Then to fill these out, I want to do this. I'm going to move this wing line a little bit because maybe when I put it in, it wasn't exact. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take 3/16 again. I'm going to parallel this line, and I don't have room to put another feather here because this is now going to slide under this one. So this is going to come around and end right at the end there. It's like going under. Let me clean that up really, man. This comes right out to the end here. It's like it's going under this one. And then I'm going to come down 3/16 more. And I'm going to do that again and pull up fast. And this is going to look like this one's going under this one, like this one's going under that one, okay? So we're trying to create that. And I haven't defined where these stoppers start. So take your best shot at this. It's you can sort of approximate it. It's behind the end of this grouping on a slope down. We'll correct it. I'll show you how to button this all up. Now, what I want to do, this is the top feathers and they're over on this side. Now, this grouping is going underneath it. So what we need to do is this point, I want to try to bring this in just short of that point. So I'm going to pretend I have a grouping coming this way, but they fall short of this point. So I would come in and pull that in, okay? And it's like, if I were really dotting this in, like this would come all the way over to here and then come up this way. And I'm not going to do that because we're going to give the illusion that these are on top, these are underneath. Then we know we want to keep about 5/16 between feather groupings here. So what I'm trying to do now is the second feather, I want to fall short of this point. I want to pull it in so it looks like it's going under before it reaches that point. So I go 5/16 separation and I come down. If you notice, this is turning in and it would be before this point because they fall short a little bit. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to give the illusion that they're underneath and they're turning. So 5/16 again, draw it, slide it down. Then we do it again for each one. And we're falling short of this point right here, okay? You can see, like, even if I drew this, I'm not going to that point. I'm going underneath like I would be about here, okay? So we're doing that again for each one. And then 3/16 again. And you notice there's like a slight arc. Okay. And again. Notice I'm not going into these pointed ones. I'm building off of them. These are on top. These are underneath. That's what we're trying to show here. So we're pulling this one up. Now this one is like the last feather on top on this side in a sense. So this is coming in right here, falling short of the tip. Now these have to look like they're going under this feather. So we're going to come down 3/16, spin this up, and we end this right here, okay? Hope you can see that clearly. And then I'm going to go 3/16 down, which is like here, and I'm moving this wing line. Oh, well, I'm doing a lousy job. Hang on, let me get that out so I can make it nice and clean. This wing line is going to move up a little bit right here. And then it's going to pull right up into there. Now, when we go to shape this line, or this end here, instead of being down here, it's going to move up to here. So we're moving this up just slightly, and you'll see how that works. So we got the one side done. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did on this side over here. We're coming off of here with a pointed feather like this. We want to make about 3/8 apart, and then I swing this back. And if I'm this here, if I put like a point from here to the tip of the beak, it's almost a straight line effect right through here. Hope people can understand that. Then what I did is I piggybacked off of this one, came down about 3/8, like so. Okay, still aiming at that. So then I do another one. Okay, and that's still aiming towards the beak. And then I got this last one right here. Spun out. It goes right up to the edge of the wing here. Okay, that's our first row. Then we're going to do the next row, which has a row of 4. So let's see how I started that. I'm falling under that one. Or how? Make sure I'm doing this similar. Yeah. So I'm going to come out of this one. Turn this up. It's mimicking this one. It's 3/8 wide. Okay, and you want to make sure that the length is the same on both. We're pretty close, okay? Then once you get the first one in, then you're building the second one, like so. And then I do the third one, piggybacking off of that. Turn that around, and then I do the fourth one. And this should slide down right to the wing line. Okay, so now we got all these pointing up towards the beak in this direction. Okay, now we have another row of 4, but they fall short of getting to the wing line on the fourth one. So we're still keeping that 3/8 apart. So I'm going to come in here, swing that up. That's 1, 2, 3. I know, I make it look easy, but I practiced on the other side already, so it hasn't been like I just did this. And then the fourth one is going to fall short of this line, okay? So this comes in like this. So now we got our 1, 2, 3 rows, which are our 1, 2, 3 rows. Now we got 2 at the top here, and that first one comes in. See how I did that? Okay. I'm coming in like here. I'm mimicking this one. it's arcing this way and it's arcing this way, okay? But it's actually pointing between those 2 points to the beak. And then we have a second one. And the second one is coming down just a little bit more and turning, okay? And it should look the same on both sides. That's what we're trying to do. Now, these lines, if you had them too long or something like that, you just pull them back. The rest of these that are short, I'm going to extend them up to these guys right here, okay? Now, that is what I want you to try to work on to get, okay? And remember what I was saying before, all this area has to be sanded before you start in. I said that maybe a video back, so that you have a nice smooth surface to draw on and not some bumps and stuff like that. So that's important. So I'm going to ask you to get this done on both sides. Then we're going to really start, we're going to lift some of these feathers. In other cases, we're not. We're going to burn them in, and I'm going to show you how to do that on the next video. But if you can accomplish this, what we're end up going to do on this side, this last feather is going to be the last one, and this wing is moving up, and I'll show you how we correct that too. Right now we're in good shape. We got plenty of material, and we'll be able to do that. Okay, so see what you can do on that. Just remember, you're on this side for these groups, and you're sort of leaning to this side of the center line, so it looks like it's over. These will end up going like they're underneath, so I'll show you how to develop that too. So I hope you got something out of this one. If you didn't, for those who have the patterns, take a look at that too. That may be helpful. Or look at the video again. A lot of times the nice part about it is you can play it again, see what we were trying to do, and see if you want to put the feathers in, you know, you can put it in pencil light so that you can erase them out. I tried to erase them out just so I can go copy them again, so I could show you that I look like I know what I'm doing. But you know, I played with this myself too. So see if you can't get these both sides to look the same. But definitely these are going to grow onto this side slightly, and these are going to look like they're shortened up going underneath, and I'll show you how we develop that. So I hope you got something out of this one. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and if you have friends, recommend me for that as well, you know, to try it. And then we'll continue on. I'm going to show you how we lift these and burn them on the next video. So and anybody that needs a catalog, I have that available, kits, machinery, bits, whatever you may need. So hope to see you on the next video, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Thank you.